In the glittering world of Hollywood, few careers feel as effortless as hers. She stood beside legends, Iron Man, Captain America, Nick Fury. She's faced alien invasions, comedy chaos, and 9 years of primetime laughter. On screen, Cobie Smulders is everywhere. The sharp wit of How I Met Your Mother, the unshakable Agent Maria Hill in The Avengers, the calm confidence in every interview and red carpet smile. She has crossed genres, conquered continents, and built a reputation on quiet excellence. Never the loudest voice in the room, but always the one you remember when the credits roll. Today, she's more than an actress. She's a survivor, a mother, a mentor, and a name written across 2 decades of television and cinema. Critics call her consistent. Fans call her underrated. Directors call her irreplaceable. And right now, she's still winning, returning to television once again in Apple TV's shrinking, reuniting with her old How I Met Your Mother co-star, proving that time only sharpens her craft. From a small-town Canadian girl to an international icon, her story reads like a perfect script. Success after success, role after role. But in every great story there's a page the spotlight never touches. Behind that unstoppable smile, behind the laughter that filled millions of living rooms, there was a silence, a secret battle that almost took everything away. What if the woman who never stopped winning, nearly lost it all? Before the lights, before the laughter, before the fame, there was simply Jacoba Francisca Maria Smulders. A girl growing up in Vancouver, Canada, quiet, curious, and endlessly fascinated by the world beneath the waves. She dreamed not of cameras or crowds, but of coral reefs and marine life. She wanted to study the ocean, to explore, not to perform. Life, though, has its own way of rewriting dreams. A friend encouraged her to try modeling. A photographer noticed her calm, natural beauty, and soon she was in front of cameras, not microscopes. But even as flashbulbs went off around her, Cobie felt something missing. Modeling gave her attention, but not expression. She could show her face but not her voice. That's when a new curiosity began to grow, one that would change her life forever. She started auditioning. Small roles, small paychecks, big lessons. She took every no as a reason to return stronger. People told her Hollywood was too far, too hard, too crowded. But Cobie Smulders had already learned something most people never do. You don't have to start with confidence, you just have to start. Every rejection became rehearsal. Every failure became fuel. And soon, all those small steps began pointing towards something bigger. A moment she didn't see coming, but one that would change her life forever. A call from CBS. A new comedy pilot. 5 friends in New York. A love story told backwards. How I Met Your Mother. The girl from Vancouver had just found her place on the world stage. But as her star began to rise, her greatest test was just about to begin. In 2005, after years of quiet persistence, Cobie Smulders' dream finally took shape. She landed the role of a lifetime, Robin Scherbatsky, in the brand new CBS sitcom, How I Met Your Mother. The show was unlike anything on TV, clever, heartfelt, unpredictable. And Cobie, she was the perfect balance, strong yet vulnerable, confident yet real. Her portrayal of Robin, the independent journalist who chased dreams, not just love, resonated with millions. Within months, she went from audition rooms to magazine covers. A global audience fell in love with her charm, her timing, her presence. For the first time, she wasn't chasing her dream, she was living it. But while the world saw a rising star, behind the scenes something else was happening. At just 25, in the middle of filming her breakout season, Cobie received news no one expects. She had ovarian cancer. The doctors found tumors across both ovaries. The diagnosis came quietly, almost cruelly, right when everything seemed perfect. She faced multiple surgeries and treatments while keeping her role on the show. On camera, she made people laugh. Off camera, she fought through pain, exhaustion, and fear, refusing to let illness steal her purpose. She didn't tell the public. She didn't want pity. She just kept working. As she later said, "I didn't want my illness to define me. I wanted my work to define me." That strength, silent, steady, relentless, became the core of who she was. For 2 years, she carried the weight of both worlds, the sitcom star and the silent warrior. And when she finally recovered, she didn't celebrate loudly. She went back to work. She built her life again, piece by piece, this time stronger. And then in 2012, the next chapter began. Marvel called. She was cast as Agent Maria Hill in The Avengers, stepping into a universe of heroes, power, and strength. She stood beside Nick Fury in Captain America, not as a damsel in distress, but as an equal, a commander, a leader. Millions watched her on the big screen, never knowing the quiet war she'd already won. From there, her career soared, film after film, project after project. But through it all, she never let fame erase humility. She married actor and comedian Taran Killam, built a family, and learned to balance the chaos of Hollywood with the calm of home. And when she finally shared her cancer story with the world, it wasn't for attention. It was for awareness, to remind others that strength doesn't always roar. Because sometimes, the bravest thing you can do is simply keep showing up. When most people think of heroes, they imagine capes, battles, and superpowers. But Cobie Smulders reminds us, sometimes the greatest heroes don't wear armor. They simply endure. After her recovery, she didn't chase the spotlight, it found her. Her work in the Avengers and Captain America, The Winter Soldier, solidified her as part of one of the most successful film franchises in history. Yet, while the world cheered for Agent Maria Hill, Cobie stayed grounded, choosing roles not for fame but for meaning. She starred in Stumptown, playing a flawed, fearless private investigator who fights through her own chaos. She joined heartfelt projects like Friends from College, lent her voice to animation, and later returned to TV once again, reuniting with Jason Segel in Apple TV's Shrinking. 2 decades in, and Cobie Smulders is still evolving. Proof that strength isn't a moment, it's a lifetime of choices. Off-screen, her influence deepened. She began speaking openly about her battle with ovarian cancer, not as a victim, but as a survivor determined to help others. Her story has inspired countless women to take their health seriously, to find courage in early detection, and to never ignore their body's warning signs. She used her voice, the same voice that once delivered comedy, to deliver truth. And that's what defines her legacy, not just the laughter she gave us but the strength she taught us. In an industry obsessed with perfection, Cobie Smulders became something far rarer, authentic. She doesn't chase headlines. She doesn't need to. Her work speaks for her. Her resilience defines her. Her humility amplifies her. She is proof that success doesn't require noise, it requires consistency. And every time she steps back into the spotlight, it's not as a star returning. It's as a survivor shining. Every story has a hero. But not every hero has to save the world. Some just have to save themselves. Cobie Smulders showed us that real strength isn't loud or flashy or unbreakable. It's quiet. It's steady. It's choosing to move forward, even when the world isn't watching. She's proof that you can build an empire from humility, that you can survive heartbreak, illness, and doubt, and still smile like you never stopped believing. She reminds us that talent is only the beginning. Character is the legacy. And if her journey teaches us anything, it's this. You don't have to be the loudest to be the strongest. You just have to keep showing up. From the girl who dreamed of the ocean, to the woman who conquered Hollywood, to the survivor who turned pain into purpose, Cobie Smulders is more than a name in the credits. She's a reminder that even in silence, greatness speaks.